So there's this guy in Alice Springs, and he's drinking a to-go cup of coffee, right? So you can't drink coffee with a mask on, right? And literally there is no place in the world where you have to wear a mask when you're drinking coffee, right? Like, you know that, right? Apparently the cops in Alice Springs don't know that. Take a look at this.
I need you to wear a mask. Okay?
I'm drinking a coffee. I do not have to wear a mask while I'm drinking a coffee.
Hey, listen.
Thank you.
Hey, if you do not provide your name and wear a mask, you will be arrested, alright?
You're threatening me.
Oh, you're under arrest.
Stop resisting.
Can you go to Google and just type in Alice Springs? It's a town in Australia. Just show me where it is. I think it's in the middle of the country. I've never been there. I've been to Australia before, but I haven't been to Alice Springs. I think it's pretty much right in the middle of the country. In the outback. That's my guess. And then really pull out. Like, I just want to see where this is in the country. Am I right when I say it's in the middle of the country? It's like dead center in the country. I was right. That's Alice Springs. It's almost, maybe it is geometrically in the middle of the country. You can't get more center than that. That's the outback. I think it's bigger than the Sahara Desert. I don't know if it's bigger, but it's, like, it is huge. And I don't know if it's because it's sort of isolated. There's not a ton of, like people live on the coast there. You got your Sydney on the coast. You got, like, right in the heart of the country. It's not very populated. Not a lot of people from Sydney are going to go to Alice Springs. It would be like Inuvik in Canada. And I think probably to do with the climate there also. If I'm not mistaken, there has not been a single case of coronavirus in Alice Springs. I think there hasn't been one case. Can you believe that? Like, not even a case. I'm not talking about a death or a hospitalization. I just think no one there ever got it. Or if they got it, they didn't even know, because a lot of people who get coronavirus, it's not serious. Sometimes they don't even know. Remember that PGA guy, that golfer who was winning a game, and they came up to him, tap, 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 hey boss, you got the Rona. You got to get off the course now. So I want to show you a little bit of Avi Yemini's video. So there's this guy in Alice Springs, and he's drinking a to-go cup of coffee, right? So you can't drink coffee with a mask on, right? And literally there is no place in the world where you have to wear a mask when you're drinking coffee, right? Like, you know that, right? Apparently the cops in Alice Springs don't know that. Take a look at this.
So I'm just drinking my coffee, and these officers have started following me and harassing me. What's your name and badge, mate?
Aboriginal Community Police Officer Liam Presley.
Yep.
7415.
What's your name?
What's your name?
What's your name and badge number?
What's your name? I don't have to give you my name.
You're a peace officer. You're a servant of the people. I'm not being rude here. I'm not risking anything.
Okay, listen. I need you to listen to me.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a pandemic going on. This is a very vulnerable community. There's lots of sick people. I need you to provide your name and your reason for search.
I do not have to provide my name because I have not committed an offence.
So you are committing an offence.
I have not committed an offence.
I need you to wear a mask. Okay?
I'm drinking a coffee. I do not have to wear a mask while I'm drinking a coffee.
Hey, listen.
Thank you.
Hey, if you do not provide your name and wear a mask, you will be arrested, alright?
You're threatening me.
Oh, you're under arrest.
Stop resisting.
Relax, mate. You know you're assaulting me right now.
We can put that.
I'm being assaulted by 3 officers.
No, let's.
I was drinking a coffee.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to drink a coffee.
What's your
I'm being
name?
assaulted by 3 officers.
What's your name?
My name's Hayden Williams.
Thanks, Hayden.
And I was basically pushed into the back of the paddy wagon and they drove me to the watch house and locked me up.
How long were you locked up for?
About 25 minutes.
And you were released, but you were released with a fine, is that right?
Yes, I was. Yeah, it was a $5,000 fine for not wearing a mask during a lockdown. They just gave me a piece of card and just wrote a number on it and $5,050.
Can you afford that $5,000 charge?
Absolutely not. I'm a freelance artist and my work was shut down due to lockdown. So yeah, basically I've got no income and plus they're trying to fine me $5,000.
Well, mate, don't worry about it. You don't have to pay that $5,000 right now. We're not going to pay it either. We're going to crowdfund and fight it. The community is going to get behind you. People are going to donate at fightthefines.com.au and we're going to pay for the lawyers that are already on the case. Over the weekend, we started the process. You're actually going up bush today, so they'll be working while you're away to either have this matter dropped or we're going to fight this all the way with the help of the community around Australia and around the world. What would you like to say to everyone that's going to donate to help make sure that this is corrected sooner rather than later?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, yeah, I really appreciate your help. I'm grateful for your support, and let's stand up together. Let's stand up against the tyranny that's taking place.
He was issued a over $5,000 fine for what is clear. You can see the video. Everyone's seen the video now. Is he's drinking coffee. The implications to me is far-reaching. That means that if you're outside and you're having a sip of your water, you can be slapped with taken down, arrested, and then slapped with a $5,000 fine. It's crazy.
It certainly is. I mean, the implication is that it's not a reasonable excuse for you to be drinking anything outside at the moment under these lockdown conditions, even if you're in the course of essential exercise or shopping or anything like that. Potentially, you could be slapped with a fine of $5,056 under the Northern Territory directions for these sort of Public Health Act violations. Now, if that's the implication, it means that you couldn't drink water, you can't drink coffee, you can't drink juice, you can't drink anything else. The police could come and just snatch you off the street for that purpose, give you a fine, and then direct you to go straight back home. Now, the absurdity of that is obviously inherent. It doesn't make a great deal of sense. There's not I can't see any scientific reason why they would be doing that. And legally, it's just a waste of police resources. Why are they snatching people who are drinking coffees? Who are actually doing a service to the community by going out and supporting their local businesses at a time of lockdown. You know, why would the police be going and snatching those people? It's just another absurdity of lockdown.
Well, we know we have you guys on the case and so quickly, so Hayden is in good hands. We want to thank you on behalf of everyone that's going to contribute to paying these legal fees. Thank you so much again for everything you do, and in this case specifically for fighting for Hayden and for all those around the country who dare drink coffee during lockdown.
We're taking Hayden's instructions. We're hoping to have this matter taken care of very quickly by the Northern Territory Police. We believe this is a very straightforward matter. We don't think that this should be too problematic. We think that they've overstepped it on this one and that they've been too overzealous. Our hope is that we can get this sorted out for Hayden very quickly. And we're really grateful, obviously, for the Fight the Fine sort of community helping us to be able to actually do this for people like Hayden who are being victimised in a very senseless manner in these sorts of times.
We agree with you. We hope it is turned around really quickly and justice is served immediately. But even if it isn't, just like all the Fight the Fine cases that we have, I know that the Fight Fines community that you speak of will be happy to ensure that this is seen all the way through. So thank you again, Cameron.
It's my pleasure as always, Avi. A
lot to say about that. First of all, those Those are pretty. How many cops were there? 4 or 5, and they seemed like they were ready to take on a gang or something. I think they were wearing bulletproof vests. I wouldn't say they were armed like SWAT, but that was some heavy policing there. And Hayden was just like, I don't think he was doing anything. Like, it looked like they were stalking him for a while. I think, right? Like they were following him around. And I mean, sometimes the people we see, they're provocateurs, they're protesters, they're pushy or whatever. This guy, I think this guy was just walking with his coffee. And I just think this is so stupid. Now, you're right, Justin. Justin mentioned in my ear that there have been a few cases in the Northern Territory, which is this vast area, but it's absurd. And there's nothing scientific about it. And I've seen that Cameron lawyer before. He was the lawyer for that Australian woman who was on the train, had an exemption. The cops didn't know what to do. They panicked, grabbed her bag, took her bag off the train, which forced the woman to get, like, just crazy. Same lawyer, he knows his stuff. I would just say to our Australian viewers, what Cameron said in the last video is if a cop asks you your name, you actually have to tell him your name. That's a rule in Australia, apparently. Now, they have to warn you that not saying the name is an offense. But that's what I learned from Cameron last time. So if a cop says, what's your name? You don't have to immediately say it, but if it's an offense not to answer, you do have to say your name. You don't have to show an ID, you have to say your name and address. And that's just an Australian rule, from what Cameron says. But that doesn't excuse anything that the cops did before and after him, including that lady cop not saying her name. And the absurd arrest, and I don't even, that card, what's that? Like it looked like a little, gift certificate for, oh, sorry, we were out of muffins today, come back for a free muffin or something. Like that little card, it's just like, it's so goofy. I am certain that we're gonna win that case. Avi is so good at these cases, and that law firm, Cameron and his partner Manny, they are so good. I mean, we have a lot of great lawyers, but in Australia, I think we have a perfect record down there. They're just doing such a great job. Anyways, I'm just very pleased that we're helping that guy because it's so stupid.
Oh, hi. That was a clip from our Rebel Daily live stream. It's hosted Monday, Wednesday, and Friday by the big boss man, Ezra Levant, and Tuesdays and Thursdays by me, Sheila Gunn Reid, and my good friend, David Menzies. On the live stream, we talk about the news of the day, we show some videos, and we interact with our viewers at home. We stream at 12 noon Eastern, 10 Mountain. You can find us on YouTube, Rumble, Super U, and Odyssey.